Do you know how legendary, like, of a father you have to have twin boys that both play college basketball?
That both play college basketball overseas.
Like,
because these guys are from Who Cares a Stan?
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know where they're from, but like,
Who cares a Stan? Who cares a Stan's awesome. So I was taking a drag. Welcome back, guys. I'm here with the newly captained Justin.
Ahoy, mateys.
The newly first mate, Amber.
Ew.
And the newly skipper, Ryan.
You're a skipper. Skibbity.
what?
I think you would be Gilligan.
I was well, no, because there's a skipper is
the name of the show.
Huh?
I was talking about Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, no, I know, but there is a skipper
in the show.
In the show,
that's what I was saying.
That was like the boat captain, I thought.
No, that would be a captain.
No, I hate you so much.
Woo.
I don't.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah,
No.
I'm about to.
I was doing the same.
Oh my gosh, I spelled what? What was I trying to spell?
Galoglugs Island. So Alan Hall is the skipper. You've got the professor, Ginger Grant, Gilligan, Eunice, Thurston, Bunny, Erica, the Colonel,
Jonathan Kincaid,
and Igor. Holy Lord, man, we have got to watch this show. I've only seen like 30 seconds of an episode.
I think I used to watch it with my grandmother back in the day, but it's, I think, suppressed memories.
It looks a lot like Caddyshack, which I'm into.
I remember watching it a little bit with my grandpa, and I thought it was funny.
Do you remember Caddyshack?
Uh-huh.
So good.
Yeah.
So speaking of newly captained, so that boat, the day that we came back with it, like the first day I've ever been on this boat, like mine, driving it, like the whole 9 yards. We went like probably 5 or 6 hours north when we got it, and when we docked at the fort, we were still trying to figure out everything and how it worked, and I found out that he had left a little like 23-inch monitor hooked up to a DVD player, and he had like these DVDs in a corner, and one of them was Caddyshack. Dude, on my new boat at night, sleeping on it at the fort, I watched Caddyshack at like 4 a.m.
That's wonderful.
It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And then immediately fell asleep for about 30 minutes, and a cruise ship washed us up onto the dock with like a 4-foot wake. It literally threw a 12,000-pound boat into the air onto the dock and slammed the dock. It hit so hard it ripped one of the bunks off, and we just watched it float away. Like,
that's crazy.
It was kind of ridiculous. We assumed that there'd be some traffic. We didn't know there was going to be literally like Disney Princess Cruise, like massive, like 1,000-person boat. I've got a picture. You can't even, like, my boat looks like literally a little square in the bottom of the picture, and then the cruise ship isn't even fully in frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest thing you've ever seen from like 30 feet away. This dude was hauling ass, man. He came through there at like 4 a.m. because who else is out there at 4 a.m? And he came through at least like 10 or 12 knots and just blew us over the dock, man. I was like,
crazy.
Jesus Christ. I had a good time, though. That was 2.5 days of insanity. I know I've told you before, but that second day, man, we literally fought through like I don't even know, 2 hours worth of a storm, like 4-foot waves. The boat is sky, water for like 2 hours. It got to a point I finally told him, I was like, hey man, I'm not even going to throw up because I'm seasick. I'm going to throw up because I'm stressed that I think we're going down. Like, I'm going to need you to pull into a dock. He's like, there's no docks around. Like, there's no marina. I'm like, that person lives on the water. Their dock is 100 feet away. Go park at their house. Like, I don't care what it takes. Turn this fucking boat into that person's house. Like, oh my God, man. He was like, we're fine. He's already taken his anxiety meds. He's been drinking all day. Man, he's at the helm, both hands on the wheel. We're literally like catching, like, you know, that bit of air right at the top where you like feel weightless.
Yeah.
We're catching that. And he looks back at me and I'm like, look where you're going. Like, it's hitting the deck so hard that it's splashing the windows. So I can't see anything for like 2 hours. We've got the radar on, we've got the GPS on, but we're hoping, praying that there's nothing there that's not lit up. And literally the windshield wipers would like wipe it away. And like as it wiped it away, another wake would throw it up onto the window. So it was useless. Like we literally just drove blind for like 2 hours. It sucked, dude.
That's crazy.
That was probably the worst experience I've had on a boat ever. And I got stuck in the middle of the second biggest lake in Florida, it's massive. It's enormous. You can't even see the other side. It's so big. And we're literally out like at the mouth of this lake and the boat dies. And I mean, literally.
Is this with me?
Yeah.
This was after you guys just got the boat.
So a different boat.
It's a pontoon boat. I'm terrified.
And?
I don't even know. It was just crazy. Like there was a big old thunderstorm and you're not supposed to use the R word, rain, when you're in a boat. And I said it and they were like, no. And his dad is like putting a life vest on me. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And they're like, no, like trying to hide it from me.
You don't have a choice at this point.
The boat's literally like teeter-tottering and it's supposed to stay flat because it's a freaking pontoon boat. They told me afterwards, they were like, yeah, that was very scary. I'm like, you guys like downplayed it. And they were like, we wanted to make sure you were calm. And I was like, oh my God, never again.
There were 2 anchors out. We were still dragging, getting pushed deeper into the lake.
That's crazy.
We were 30 feet from the mouth and we threw both anchors out as soon as the motor died. Okay, we have no propulsion. Throw the anchors out. I don't want to drift into the lake. And then I shit you not, like 30-mile-an-hour winds, sideways rain, lightning is literally cracking on the lake. I'm standing next to it, and it is wrapping the anchors together. Now it's pulling them together to where they don't have any kind of hooking power.
Yeah,
and we're literally I'm watching the shore get further away. And the storm's getting worse, and we're going sideways now because the anchor's dragged, and we're literally hugging her, holding on to the helm, and she's looking at us, and we're looking at each other, going, "Yeah, it's fine." And then she looks away. I look at Dad, and I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so bad."
I didn't find out until like months later from his dad. He was like, oh yeah, remember that really bad rainstorm where we all thought we were gonna die? And I was like, you guys said we weren't gonna die. And I'm like, he was like, oh yeah, no, we played that down real fast.
Poor
So I'm
Amber.
like, come on.
Poor innocent little Amber.
I don't know about innocent, but yeah.
She almost had a TV fall on her. We were taking the big boat down the river, and somebody just came by doing way too fast. And I mean, literally 10 feet from us. And they just threw our boat literally like tilted 45 degrees sideways. And there's a 50-inch, that screen coming down at her. We've got a lit hookah on a wooded boat.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Excuse you.
That's my life.
Quit it.
So now that we've told you the horror stories, whenever you want, Now that the boat is registered in my name, we can actually take it out and enjoy it for once.
Never again.
I don't even want to take it on the lake. I hate that lake. There's nothing on the lake.
Cursed.
It's just a big lake. I'd rather
Which
take
lake is it?
Lake George.
Oh, okay.
The second largest lake in Florida, only behind Okeechobee, and that's a sea. Like, yeah,
an inland sea.
Literally, I can't. I don't even like that lake. I'd rather just take the canals and actually hang out in wildlife and get some sun and just drink some beer. Like, I don't need to be doing all that lake stuff. That's too much.
I think just chilling is the best way to do it. Nothing. I don't care about going out and jet skiing and all that stuff. Let's just chill.
I also like the idea of a boat more than actually piloting it. It sucks. You are never not at 10. Mm-hmm. Like, every single thing wants to take you out, and you're the guy with his hands on the wheel. Like, so if you take somebody else out, you are completely screwed. Like, it is. It's like that frickin' bridge in Massachusetts. That one that came down.
Oh, Baltimore.
Because that cargo ship.
The Baltimore.
Is that what
bridge?
it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Francis Scott Key Bridge.
And whatever happened, what happened,
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever really, truly know what that was about, because that was interesting, wasn't it? How all that happened and played out, and the videos, and I'm just going to leave that one alone because I don't want to have anything to do with it. So a cargo container ship, and I'm talking big boy. I'm talking a city block. This is a skyscraper on its side.
It's a city block is like less than half the ship. Like,
yeah,
like this is something that is taller than most like skyscrapers.
Yeah.
And you have those containers, the shipping containers, stacked like 10 high.
Okay.
15 high, 20 high, just stacked and filled.
So the boat itself is a building. Then you got another building stacked on top of it.
Okay.
On its side. And it's doing what? 10, 12 knots?
Yeah, I don't think it was going
a little
crazy,
bit faster. A little bit faster than our boat.
It was a little bit too fast for where it was.
Yeah. So it's two buildings on its side. And they're running at like 12 knots, which is a little bit faster than ours. So it's not bad, but it's moving, and it weighs 180 tons. I mean, this thing weighs, it's literally a building. It weighs as much as a building. So they can't stop it. They can't slow it down without the help of like 4 tugboats, which they, as far as I know, they didn't have. They're supposed to have pilot boats to bring them out from the dock away from this bridge, because the bridge is very important. It's a bridge.
Yeah.
So as far as I know, there weren't any pilot boats, or there weren't any pilot boats on them, but they were there. I can't remember. Anyway, you see a video that was taken from the other side where the ship is coming at you.
Yeah.
And it's away from the bridge. So you can see the bridge and the boat coming at it, and the boat is going full tilt, and you know it's going full tilt because it's literally throwing black smoke, just blowing black smoke, and the boat is turning into one of the bridge's feet, the pillars. Mm-hmm. Then all the lights go out and the black smoke stops. The ship has lost power. Now they're slowing down, but they're still doing 10 knots. As fast as our boat goes at full tilt, they're doing that, slowing down with no power, heading towards one of the footers. The lights come back on. Immediate black smoke pouring out of the boat. So they are still in full tilt. Is that which one's that?
That's the boat.
Oh, yeah. So they're still going full tilt. As soon as the engines come back up, as soon as they get power again, they are immediately back at full tilt. Like nobody ever turned the throttle down.
Oh my God.
So what they're thinking is he threw it in reverse, but kept the throttle all the way in to try and stop the boat.
Backed up.
They couldn't. They lost power. So they have been drifting at this pillar, slowing down, but not slowing down enough. And then as soon as the power comes back on, it's full tilt reverse, which throws the boat like this, but it's still going at the pillar. To a point, yeah. It's drifting the back end out because he's trying to reverse out. I think it loses power a second time. Same thing happens. Loses power. Soon as the power comes back on, full tilt in reverse, and then they slam into the bridge. And the whole bridge collapse.
I thought
completely collapses.
I thought they were out of power whenever they hit the bridge, but I could be wrong. I don't remember
it was
the exact.
either that instance or they were out of power by the time they hit the bridge, but I know it lost power twice.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I could tell, I'm assuming that it was mechanical because nobody takes care of these
This
boats.
is an old ship. It was
owned by a shell company.
And it was registered outside of the United States.
Well, they all are.
Well, yeah.
That's a totally irrelevant thing. Yeah.
It was in a place that has super relaxed standards.
That's also incredibly common. Yeah.
Yeah. So super relaxed standards. They hadn't actually inspected the ship in years, like decades.
I would assume.
So it very easily could have been mechanical and just that was all it had left and that was it.
And I assume because you hope that it was all mechanical. And it just happens. And that bridge was up for 100 years, 80 years, something like that.
Yeah. And that there was also issues with that bridge too.
There has never been a cargo ship that slammed into it.
Yeah, that's true.
In 80 to 100 years.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good run.
Yeah, well, yeah,
like
100%.
I wish it hadn't have happened, but if it's gonna happen, Newton's law says it will happen. You know what I mean? It's like, so I don't honestly think it was on purpose.
I don't. If it was on purpose, they chose the worst possible time to do it because there was not that many people on the bridge, which is a huge lock.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. It was at a time of morning.
Is it Robert Key?
For the bridge?
Yeah.
I think it's the Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Francis Scott Key, that's right.
Yeah, so the dude that wrote the Star Spangled Banner.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that bridge is named after him.
I'm immediately back to the conspiracy. How do you piss off your adversary more than knocking the bridge down that's named after the guy that has your anthem? Oh, get out.
Who wrote it on a warship?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I from my understanding, now I don't know too much about it, but from my understanding is Baltimore and more specifically Maryland, because I think that bridge fell under Maryland's jurisdiction as far as like the road maintenance and stuff.
Right.
They had it also had been under inspected.
Yeah.
And
it's infrastructure in America.
Oh yeah,
That's
100%.
It's a given.
But this was one of the bridges flagged as a possible collapsing risk,
right,
outside of a container ship hitting it. Because obviously, any bridge is coming down if a container ship hits one of its main footings.
Right.
Like there's nothing you can do. Like there's
so much weight.
There's so much weight on that one footing that everything's coming down. There's
so much weight behind that hit. It's insane. Like
so. I think they were both obviously upset that it happened, but there is a lot of relief because if that bridge comes down, the more likely time it comes down outside of a ship hitting it is during rush hour traffic when there's so much weight on that. So it's like, it's lucky that ship hit it when it did, because I think it was flagged for like dangerous, like needing to be replaced bridges.
I was wrong on the weight.
Oh yeah.
Way wrong.
Well, you said it and I was like, I'm not going to say anything, but that doesn't sound right.
I said 180 tons. It's 200,000 tons.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, you know,
I was like 180. That sounds really light.
That is so fucking heavy. That's what is that? 1.6 million pounds or something?
Mm-hmm. And this thing is fully loaded too.
That's what I just looked up.
Yeah.
Fully loaded is 200 tons.
Yeah.
That's like 1.6 pounds. I don't even know what that is. Like, you know how numbers become incomprehensible after a while? I don't even know what the, like, like the calculation. Like what weighs that much? A cargo ship.
How
Yes,
much
I
was
understand.
it?
Like
A bridge, 200,000.
200,000 tons.
200,000.
Which is
A ton
200.
A ton is
That is 200 million pounds or something like that, because it's 1,000 pounds, right?
I thought a ton was 2,000
Oh,
pounds.
it might be 2,000. So then it's
400 million.
Yeah, 400 million pounds.
Pounds?
Pounds. 400 million pounds.
What number did I just have in my head? I said 1.6
Yeah, I don't know.
by 8.
Because it,
Did I
was
divide?
it was 2,000
divide?
times the 200,000.
I was like, what?
Yeah. 2,000 times the 200,000. Yeah. 400,000 pounds. Yeah, that's an insane amount of weight.
Incomprehensible number. Like, there's nothing to compare it to. What? Like, you mean the moon? Like, I don't know what else weighs that much.
The moon isn't real.
Yeah, I mean, if it was real,
Totally kidding.
I literally don't know, like, how to even compare that weight. But yeah, it's shit like that where you take your your life savings out for a day on the lake, and
So,
then dickhead comes through in something like that, and you know,
so I just plugged in a really quick calculation. It would take 1.87 million me's to equal that container ship fully loaded. 1.87 million me's at 213 pounds, because that's what I weighed in last, which I dropped another pound. Whoop, whoop.
so not an insignificant portion of the population of the state. Like,
Yeah.
that's absurd.
How many people live in Baltimore?
You know what's insane? That floats.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I also think? This is going to come so far left field, you're both going to look at me. I don't think sea level is rising because of global warming. I think sea level is rising because we're putting... How much did it weigh?
400 million pounds.
I think we're putting 400 million pounds in the water. Do you know what happens when you put weight in a water?
Yeah,
it
but
displaces
Yeah.
the water.
but you also it's also about how the ships are built. So like that would displace that much water, but it's only calculated based off of what's below the water line. So the ship displacement is not calculating the weight of the actual ship. It's what's below the water line is what's actually being displaced.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not 400 million pounds.
What's being displaced is being pushed somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, yeah,
higher
I get-
water level
Mm-hmm.
on a shoreline. So that's one ship, right? How many cargo ships and pleasure yachts and billionaire yachts and how many things have we built into the ocean that displace the water that used to be where that thing is now built? You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
understand, like, what I'm saying is like incomprehensible. Like the human being cannot displace the ocean level, but at a certain point, if we filled the ocean with shit, the ocean would rise, would it not?
Yeah.
So how can we say that that's not the cause?
So the average weight of an adult American is 199.8 pounds.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Big boys.
It would take just shy. Let's see here.
I'm such a contradiction.
5, 6,
I'm below
5.
average and above average at the same time.
What does that mean?
I'm below average in height and weight, but I'm above average in something else.
Gross. That would take
Hated it.
3.54 times the Baltimore population based off of average weight.
So
It would take 3.54 Baltimores to equal the weight of that container ship.
that's insane.
Because the Baltimore population is right around 565,000.
And don't get me wrong, those ships are enormous. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
you couldn't fit, what was it, 1.4 million people in that same space.
Well,
It's insane. Like it's unbelievable
Oh,
that
yeah.
that thing floats.
it's crazy. There's also, I don't know where I saw it or what this festival is called, but there is like this competition making concrete boats. I don't know if you've ever seen this.
I have seen concrete boats. I've never seen a competition for it.
It's literally making concrete boats at this whatever festival or whatever thing, this competition. And they make it from scratch and build these boats like so that it can hold like 3 people.
Okay,
and you've gotta
that was my
float
next
it.
question.
Yeah. It's not like a massive boat, but you build it, right there on the shoreline.
I mean, it's
Mix the
concrete.
concrete.
Yeah.
And
With the lake water.
form
Yeah.
And everything. Like you
With-
build the forms yourself, and
Oh,
which I think is insane that you can make concrete float.
I've actually seen concrete ships, like 35, 40-foot boats. So I've seen a 60-foot concrete boat, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, but it works. It just like
Buoyancy.
Bethesda said, it just works.
Buoyancy.
I'm glad I stuck to my guns because we were really close to getting a steel or aluminum hull, and I'm glad I stuck with fiberglass. I really am. That it's such a fucking headache. Everything else is just waiting to corrode and degrade and fall apart. And fiberglass is like, oh no, it'll be here for the next 7,000 years. If you just put it on the ground, it'll just be there forever. Like, wow, holy shit, look at that thing. Is that Fuji?
It's some mountain.
I'm excited though. I'm glad we finally got it squared away and we can actually start enjoying the thing and hopefully never see a cargo ship near me.
Yeah.
Ever. It's like that cruise ship, man. You think a cargo ship's big. These cruise ships are the biggest things it's ever been, ever floated. It's unbelievable how big they are. And to have one, I'm not kidding, 30 feet from my boat, I was like, that's insane.
That's like nearly death.
I was like, I don't think the story was portrayed like it was. So the one that blew us up onto the dock, that was at like 4 a.m. And then I just didn't really sleep, if I'm honest. And then at like 6 a.m, I was like, all right, I'm going into the marina. I'm grabbing a shower, getting ready, grabbing some coffee. We'll get on the go. We come out of the marina shop, which is inland, like a good, I don't know, half mile. And I'm looking down towards my boat and there's a cruise ship going by again. And that's when I took the picture. It's like, what the hell is going on? Like, we need to get out of here. We're so in the wrong place we shouldn't be. Like,
If you have that picture still,
oh yeah,
send that to me and I'll post it up on video.
that's the thumbnail for the podcast upload
for this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was surreal being that close twice
To something that massive.
and actually seeing the second one, because
yeah.
the first one, by the time we got out, he's already passed us by however long it takes for his wake to get to us. And then we finally looked out the windows. He's already on his way. And when I come out of the marina house and it's literally like halfway, I was like, that's the biggest thing that's ever been. Like, it's unreal. But I'm excited to take it out and actually enjoy it and de-stress a little.
That would be a
that'd be-
fun first video podcast episode.
Taking the boat out?
Yeah, just being out on the boat.
We could do that.
We could do that.
I'd like that.
That'd be a blast.
We can set up on the back deck.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah. Yeah, because I think Dad could use a day out on the lake too. I would say we gotta do it after he gets his thing taken care of, and then it's ready to go, man. We can actually start enjoying the thing.
Yeah.
We won't have to worry about TVs falling on me because there won't be one.
Well, unless he wants to put one back on there.
There won't be one when I'm on it.
Oh, okay.
We
Totally
can mount
kidding.
it. Pull a Linus.
I was thinking about mounting that one like off the ceiling, but I never got to it.
We were too busy.
Yeah. Never not busy with that boat.
Yeah.
Feel like that's like a house on steroids.
It really was.
Because it's like, it's not just, it's not just like the typical house stuff that you have to deal with. You also have to deal with it rocking constantly. So there are things that are going to go bad just because it's constantly moving.
It depends on where you're at when it comes to moving. Like with us, the only time it moved was when assholes were literally.
Yeah, but if you're walking
down.
around and shifting the weight, I mean, it's not like moving a ton. It's moving
crazy.
enough.
Yeah.
Moving more than this house.
Well, yeah.
So there are things that are going to go bad just from the shifting weight of the boat on the water.
I know whenever Chance got up on the boat, it would move.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big boy.
just his weight stepping onto the boat, it would move around.
Yeah, we had 3 dogs, 3 pit bulls above 55.
I just looked at this picture.
Yeah.
No.
Which one is that?
So I sent him the one with the cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Carnival cruise. I just looked at the tag.
Yeah.
It's literally a Carnival cruise. It's the biggest thing you've ever been near. That's my boat in the bottom. I don't even know if you noticed there's another boat in that picture.
Yeah. No, there's 3 boats, but I see your boat.
Can you see how we're not inside the marina?
Yes.
We're on the outside.
Yes.
There's nothing separating me and him. Mm-hmm. I'm just at his mercy.
Yeah.
Please slow down.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that one didn't blast us out of the waters, because he was like, oh, look, another boat.
That's insane.
Yeah, so
that's the thumbnail.
So at 4 a.m, half asleep with Caddyshack playing. I'm nice and peacefully half asleep. And I get literally lifted out of the water by that thing and thrown onto the dock. It was unbelievable.
That's crazy.
The captain's quarters have a door, and Dad was down in the captain's quarters with the door shut and the hatch locked above it. So, he's fully enclosed in the bedroom, and we literally lifted up. Like, I felt myself lift up out of the bed. Like I'm going to heaven, like, and then slam back down. And he immediately slung the door open and pulled the hatch back, and he's still in his boxers, and he goes, cruise ship. He's on night medication and everything, and he's stumbling up the stairs. Yeah, that was. I'll never ever forget that, man. That was an absolutely insane 2.5 days. When I got back, I just laid down in the grass. I was like, "Oh, thank you, God, man. That was too much." Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna say terrible planning, because it was fine, but the storm and that one marina, that absolutely rocked me, man. I was like, I won't do this anymore. Let's take it back. Let's get our money back. I won't do this anymore. We were looking at a few a lot closer to home, and some on the same waterway that we were already on. And we didn't have to go to the ocean and come around and go all the way to the north and come back and all that good jazz. And it just happened to be that one was the one that we got, and that one was the one that we needed for what we needed, and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, all right, now it's 3 days to home. Let's hope like hell. We've never piloted this boat. I spoke to the owner twice. He didn't tell me anything more than, don't flip that switch if that switch is on. He's like, because bad shit will happen. All over the boat, bad stuff will happen. That was it. He's like, you've been on a boat before, right? And I was like, yeah, definitely. Never something like that. I've never been on a boat with a bow thruster, ever.
That's
Yeah, he just straight up, he was like, here are the keys, bye.
Yeah.
I told you I called him like a month ago.
No.
Numbers changed. I was like, ooh, that doesn't bode well.
But at the same time, like,
It all worked out, but
yeah.
that I was like, ooh, don't like that.
Well, it's yours now.
Yeah, it's mine now. Jesus. Oh, I'm excited.
What an adventure.
It's one of my favorites. I've been on a lot of insane, straight up Lord of the Rings. We're going on an adventure, and that's one of my top 3 at least. Like,
Yeah, that's insane.
it was also really cool because I hadn't seen Dad in a while, and it was nice to actually like take a trip with, because I don't think me and him have taken a trip together in years, and it was nice to actually just go, hey, you feel like taking the Friday off of work and running up to the coast with me and grabbing a boat and driving it home for 3 days? And he was like, yeah, that sounds like a blast.
Yeah, let's do it.
I was like, yeah, let's do that. And we literally got a cooler together and jumped on the boat and started running. She dropped us off at the dock, and none of it's further than an hour from where we were.
Yeah.
So she could literally just drive over to where we were on the bank and go, hi, it's just a river. Like,
Yeah.
she's 30 feet from me. So it's not that bad, but it was funny. It was like, I was writing, like, you feel that like back in the day, like World War II, like I'm writing love letters. Like, it's been so long since I've seen my Lorne. Like, and then I watched
you turn into a Civil War general.
Revolutionary War. Yeah. No Civil War.
Yeah, because where we're at.
Oh no, it was just a terrible movie. Yeah.
The Twitter accounts
Right.
of different athletes as if they were generals from that era.
That's
And
awesome.
riding home. Oh, it's so good. And so they talk about their enemies from, like the basketball team they just played.
Right.
And I follow several of those accounts, and they're just
That's
gold.
so funny.
It's gold. It's so good.
It's one of those ideas where it's like, I should have thought of that, and I'm mad I didn't, but I'm glad somebody did.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and there's a ton
I'm glad
of them
somebody
too.
thought that idea enough to put it down on paper. That's so funny. But I think definitely one of our episodes should be letting both of you pilot that boat.
Ooh.
And just, I'm telling you, your face flushes with white, man. You go, oh my God. You don't realize, like, it's a big boat, and then you drive it and you're like, oh my God, it's way bigger than I thought.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like that at all. Let me see if I can.
It's also that inner helm is like fully enclosed, like doors shut and everything. It's the weirdest feeling to drive a boat fully, like, inside. It's the strangest feeling.
Yeah, here it is. Okay, so Captain Kylan Boswell, young leader of men homegrown in the fields of Illinois, honorary dischargee from the battles of the Pacific, parody account.
Okay.
Dear Mother, air is thick with tension while people pick their campus for future battle, or camps for future battle. Today, Lieutenant Tommy's brother will join our ranks. He brings a unique blend of strength and familiarity, reminding us that our fight is a family affair. Lieutenant Big Z is now a brother of mine, KB.
Jesus Christ.
It's so good. I love all of this. This
That's
is
good stuff.
It's a basketball player for the University of Illinois.
That's
Is who
really good.
they're parodying,
That's really good.
That was just the first one I thought of. Like, I knew
Yeah.
I would be able to find him.
I'm just glad somebody thought enough to go, I think this would be really funny. Like turning
I think
their
it started
post-game interview into a letter home.
It wasn't even post game. It's literally the dudes are typing out current events, because this was not even a post game interview. This was one of the players on the team has a twin brother who plays for another basketball team who just transferred to Illinois so that he could play. So the twins are playing together.
Do you know how legendary, like, of a father you have to be to have twin boys that both play college basketball?
That both play college basketball overseas.
Like,
because these guys are from who cares a Stan?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know where they're from, but like
who cares a Stan? Who cares a Stan's awesome.
No, I think it's awesome, but they both got, you know, recruited to play college basketball in another country.
The idea of having a son is like, hell yes. And then you have two and they're twins and they both play college ball. And you're like,
both D1 starters.
They both survived childhood. I got them through and now they're both D1 start. Like, Jesus Christ. Just sit back. Just relax, man.
Possibility of making that a career.
You did it.
Yeah,
relax.
That's crazy.
Retire. Never have another kid. Like, you did it. You did it so good the first time. You should never ever attempt it again. No. Like, that's so funny. The twins have a sister who hears this podcast. She's like, "Thanks, guys. You assholes.
Hated it.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Hated
5 stars. Hanks hated it.
It's so good.
Oh, I hope that's the bit.
Oh, yeah.
God, I hope every comment, every review of the podcast is just thanks. Hated it.
Yeah. Please review us.
Ryan will do a senpai dance.
Dude, I would love to
do a senpai dance?
No. No, not even.
I would love
to make a podcast, I don't know, category.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, some thing on the show of us just reading the most degenerate reviews of our podcast.
I am so excited for that.
Oh, yeah.
That is 100%. 100% what I'll do.
Degenerate comments. Like, just set it up to where we just have degenerate comments.
I saw somebody the other day who was, I think they launched their own site.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where they host their content that they can't put on YouTube or TikTok or any of that stuff. It's if it's edgy or if it talks about a certain virus or it does this or it does that, they don't want to get demonetized, so they take it to their own site. But the site's like $4 a month. It's like a Patreon / their own hosting service.
Yeah.
And he recognized while people were signing up initially, he called them out in a video and he's like, "Hey, I just want to talk to y'all. I know everybody's probably fine, but I just need to check in. You guys know I can see your usernames, right? They're all as bad as you think and more. It's some of the most degenerate shit ever." And then when he made the video, he noticed that it got worse.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So he made a follow-up and he goes, "Okay, now that you guys know I can see it, now here are the names that I appreciate." And he goes off 20, 30 names, and it's just the most unhinged shit.
Oh, jeez.
What is happening?
Goose wants in his chair.
Yeah, stop it. He's licking between my fingers. Yeah, just, ugh.
I was falling asleep earlier and he just started licking my ankle. I think I passed out. I don't even know.
Weird dog.
No, they don't mind the boat either. I would say we've had them on there a couple of times while we're like going, and as long as you don't lock them down in the bedroom, they don't mind.
I know Chance. When I would go up there,
I just spiked that mic so hard.
Yeah. When I would go up there, Chance would just go and chill out
on the back deck.
Anywhere he could get sun, and he just plopped.
He loved the outside of that boat, man. I say he was an outside dog before.
Yeah.
And then we moved out to literally the country. I mean, it's might as well be. There's a farm, 25 acres that backs up to that place. So I mean, we're out there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just such an outside dog. He's like, "Never bring me inside, and if you do, I'm gonna bitch and moan about it, man. He was like, as soon as you bring him in, he'd start whining and go to the door. He's like, let me back out. He's like, I love it out here. Let me go. He got under the fence a few times. I think I showed you that.
Yeah.
He'd get under the fence, but every single property in that location, like it just in that like neighborhood, every single property has fences. So every property is fenced to the next property. So he dug through the fence into another fenced yard, and then he looked at me. He's like, "What the hell is this place?" Like, he's like, "I don't even like it here anymore."
This is a prison.
He walked across the seawall around the fence into the neighbor's like area, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, now you're in another fenced area. You were already in a fence. To just walk back around. Just come back this way. He'd make it a game, as they do. I literally would jump over the fence because it's just an empty lot, just fenced. And I'd jump over the fence and he'd like do the praying pose. He's like, come get me, fucker. Like, and he'd just run around the lot.
Mm-hmm.
We had an orange cat that somebody left at the property.
Beans.
His name was Beans. And
Good.
he would jump from the seawall onto the back deck of the boat, not knowing Chance was up there, because the boat is like 6 feet higher than the seawall.
Mm-hmm.
And the cat would literally get on top of the boat, and Chance does not play with cats.
Nah.
Yeah.
So
He plays with them.
yeah, he eats them. So the cat would literally get to the deck, and Chance would realize what's happening and like immediately go after it. The cat would jump into the river and swim back to the where he just was. I'd come outside because I heard Chance like losing his mind up on top of the boat. And I'd just see the cat walking away, just shaking all the water off. He did that like 3 times. I'm like, stop jumping onto this boat.
This is your fault.
It's a huge dog on this boat. Like, there's 2 huge dogs and a very fast little dog. Like, stop jumping onto this boat. You see him cuddling.
Yeah.
Goose is using Chance as a blanket
Of course
and a pillow.
he is. They're best buds.
The babies. But I didn't know how that was going to work, man. I really didn't.
Oh, sweet little biscuit.
It works though. If you can find a cheap place to dock, man, living on a boat is fucking sweet. It's especially right now when everything is as insane as it is. Like, just get you a boat. You can bring that thing into the middle of the city. There's marinas right there in the middle of Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
You can just be in downtown Orlando on the boat. Like, it's such a good idea.
It's literally like a
Condo.
not even like a tiny home.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, like a floating tiny home.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And somebody that was very claustrophobic had no problem. I mean, I had a problem, but no problem.
She said, no problem. Well, some problem.
It wasn't like too crazy, but
That shower was a joke.
that, yeah.
I was asking Dad the other day, I was like, can you fit in there?
No.
The shower head is at his chest.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, we're going to fix that.
Everybody that I talked to that knew that we were on the boat, like my old boss specifically was like, why? Like, why are you living on a boat?
Why you?
What are you
Why
doing?
You of all
Yeah.
people?
And I'm like, it's not that bad. They're like, Amber, what are you doing? I'm like, it's
I don't care. I told everybody it's cheap. It's so cheap. It was like same as the rest of it. It was like $600 a month. It's the cheapest thing out there for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with 3 dogs. Come on.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to let you have 3 pit bulls in an apartment. It's such a good idea.
I wouldn't mind getting a boat.
It's a really good idea. I say the part is the finding of cheap place to keep it. That was the hard part. Like we got lucky. I'd say we were looking for a marina last month and I happened to know the guy and he was like, yeah, I got a couple available. He's like, you better get him quick though. He's like, they're going. No, I've kept tabs on a couple different marinas through the years and it's like, nope, we're full up. We're full up all year. Every year we have a wait list and the price goes up every year because of that. And it's like, If you find a cheap place to keep him, man, take it. It's such a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
You got to get a
But-
bike first.
I got to get a bike first.
I say now, Luke, he's got one. I say you got to get one.
Yeah.
We'll take you and Luca, and we'll take the bikes because he'll be up in Hawthorne. So
Did you say Luca?
I didn't want to say his name.
Oh.
I say we can meet in the middle on the bikes and just
Oh, yeah.
do the loop. Take y'all out to Cedar Key on your first day riding a bike like I did.
No. You guys can go, not me.
The guy that...
You can get in the bars this time.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Plus, but the reason why I didn't want to go is because the bike situation was terrible.
It's still terrible.
I mean, it's better than sitting on the back of
A shadow, yeah.
the wheel. Was it fender?
Yeah.
Yeah. There really wasn't a seat.
On the shadow, yeah. It was just a pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the wheel. I'm totally
yeah.
with you, yeah. I agreed.
So bad.
No, I could put that Mustang seat back on the Harley, but at that point, it's still just a pad.
Get a sidecar.
I would keep trying to get a see. I keep trying to get one. She won't do it.
So cool.
I want a sidecar. I've wanted a sidecar for years. I am that guy. Dude, I don't care. I will run a sidecar.
I think they're great.
You can be
They're so
in the
cool.
sidecar on his bike.
So you gonna drive my bike then?
I was gonna say, where are you gonna go?
Or whoever else wants to take me for a ride. The fuck?
She's like, I don't try.
Or I go with his dad on his bike.
Thanks, hated it.
Yeah.
I go on his dad's bike.
No, the sidecar wouldn't be a bad idea for if we're gonna make like a couple day trip.
Yeah.
And just throwing bags into it.
I love a sidecar, dude.
It's
I'll do it every time. Like if somebody was like, I have a sidecar to give you, I immediately taking it.
Yes.
Like it's so
There
cool.
is no question about it.
I love it. It's so cool. I like odd shit. I like
They're so odd.
unique.
Too. Yes.
Yeah.
And there's something about the sidecar, and honestly, I would love to have a sidecar and then have a dog with those like the big ass like goggles.
Yeah.
And just chilling in the sidecar. Like that would just riding around with a dog in the sidecar.
That scares me only because I've met Goose.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I understand.
No, an actual dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a trained dog.
Yeah.
To know and latched in.
Yeah.
You know, properly safety concerns.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. But I've seen the dude that rides around with his like golden doodle or something.
Right.
One of those dogs with excessive curly hair. And he's got just big ass goggles on. He's got a little helmet where the ears like go around the helmet.
That's
so it
so
like
cool.
it's adorable. And he's got a backpack like harness for him.
On the dog?
So the dog has a harness on and it's a backpack for him. So the dog's just chilling on his back. Just
Jesus.
riding on the sport bike he drives around.
That's too cool.
Yeah. And the dog loves it.
If I had a dog that was chill, sure. But I've met Goose, and he's the worst dog I've ever had in a car, ever. He's almost caused like 3 accidents. Like that dog is the worst thing to put in a car. I don't even know what his deal is. He just loses his mind, dude. He'll run under the pedals. He'll shift the shifter on you. He'll jump like through your lap under the steering wheel and then grab the door handle with his claws and try and open the door. It's the craziest thing.
Puts it in neutral and reverse at the same time.
You see the dog on TV?
The black lab.
Missed it.
I saw it.
It was a water buffalo.
Yeah, pretty
Looked
much.
like
That
it.
was a big dog. Those big poppers.
Yeah, I think everything's starting to line up and starting to do what it needs to be doing and what it should have been doing for the last like 3 years. So I'm glad that it's all starting to get to where it needs to be. And we'll get a bike, we'll get the boat, we'll actually start taking this stuff out and enjoying Florida like it should be enjoyed, because I haven't camped in, I don't know the last time I went camping.
Yeah, I haven't camped since I lived in Illinois.
I don't know the last time I took the boat out, like for real.
The last time we camped was 2017.
Jesus.
I have looked
Almost
at
10 years.
tents that are made to go on the back of my SUV.
Oh, yeah. I
It's
love
just you-
those.
Throw up the tailgate and then it just...
I love those.
I would... And that's like large enough for me, maybe one other person, to easily get away with and just go on a trip.
I would say I comfortably slept in the back of the Eclipse with her.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was honestly one of my favorite camping cars. I was like, this thing's sick. You put the back seat of an Eclipse down, and it's a hatchback, so the whole thing is just a barrel. It's so comfortable.
We were not comfortable.
You weren't.
No, we
I slept
both
like a
weren't.
rock.
We had mentioned if we slept the other way, we would have had better sleep. Plus, it was like raining like crazy.
I think it's why I slept so well.
Probably.
We put the tackle boxes in the bottom of the tent, and when we woke up, the tent was like 10 feet that way. It just took off in the middle of the night, even with stuff in it. And I was like, oh my God, man.
Yeah, it was
What are we
crazy.
doing camping right now? Like, it was a beach campsite.
Oh.
And it was like a gale in the middle of the night with rain and thunder, and it just took the tent with it. And I was like, nah, we're getting in the car. It was we were fine for like a good 10 minutes, and then it started dripping into the tent. I'm like, nope, I'm getting back in the
So we
got
had electronics. And
I
stuff
was
in
like,
there.
we're sitting there watching Friends or something. I
Yeah.
was like, back in the car. No, I had a Ranger with a topper, and
That'd be sick.
check this out: blow up mattress in the back of the topper with a heated blanket.
Because it was like 20 degrees.
Oh, I love
It
cold weather camping.
was the best.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody in the campsite, there's like 10 of us. Everyone froze to like completely froze all night long.
Yeah.
I'm in boxers with the dog in between me and her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 80 degrees in the back of this camper.
Mhm.
And I'm literally sweating, like pulling the blanket off in the middle of the night. I'm like,
Open the window.
yeah, I'm like,
please.
steam is pouring out of this camper. Everybody's like,
They
I
were
hate him so much.
Pissed. They had like bundled up with so many blankets, slept in like 3 hoodies, and like
They would all get up in the middle of the night to go sit by the fire to warm up and then go back to bed. I'm like, not doing that.
mm-mm.
My dad's talked about, now that he's retiring, he's talked about getting a camper, like an actual RV, to do our football trips every year end.
Does he do like restoration work? Like, can he do cabinets and electrical and plumbing
My
and all
dad?
that? Yeah.
No.
Oh, never mind.
My dad doesn't know anything about a screwdriver,
Ooh,
let alone.
shots fired at Charlie.
No, he will be the first one to tell you this.
Oof.
He said that he did not understand where I got my like love of working like with tools and stuff.
Mechanical? Yeah.
My mechanical like
Yeah.
enjoyment. He's like, I don't know where that came from. He's like, it's not from me. It's from mom's side.
It's so
Because it's
funny.
not. He's like, I have a toolbox and I don't know what's in there. But that man knows his way around a garden.
Heard.
He's got the greenest thumb of anyone I know outside of my great aunt Laura.
Same with my dad.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest
Just-
thing, man. It's a dead plant.
Yeah.
He picks the pot up with his thumb, literally with his thumb,
Mhm.
and puts it on the shelf, and I can already see the plant like, like it
Yeah.
picks up. It's crazy.
Yeah. Outside of my grandpa, who actually farmed for a living, you
Yeah.
know, and my great aunt Laura, who has just a ridiculous garden. I've never seen anyone garden like my dad.
Yeah.
Like, just he loves it, and that's great, you know, because we always had fresh veggies, and he would share it with neighbors and stuff because he always had way more than we could ever eat.
Yeah.
But if it comes to fixing something with tools, he's just like, yeah, I have somebody. He called somebody to take care of the garden hose that froze to the. If that tells you anything, like, and
pretty good.
He'll be the first one to say it. So this is not. I'm not throwing shade at him.
Shots
by
fired.
anyway, but that's just that's him. He just that's not never been something that he learned.
I think it's just that type of generational man, because I knew another guy around my dad's age, around that generation, that he worked a mechanical job. Like he was, I think he was actually in like service and maintenance and mechanical. And he would come home, grab a beer, and go in the backyard. And he had a literal, like, Florida rainforest lush, like, dragon plant garden. It was insane. And he just went out there with the garden hose, and he drank till the sun went down. And just beer. Like, he'd sit out there by himself in the silence and just sit there and water the plants until he went to bed. I was like, this is the weirdest hobby I've ever seen, but I get it. Like, I understand.
Yeah, I totally
the
get it.
peace.
Yeah. The peace, and then it's an actual accomplishment because you can see all the stages. You see anywhere from the plants starting to come up and then all the way to the point where you're literally picking fresh veggies and fruits off of the plants.
I know one of them, at least, I know one of them did it because he was like, if I'm in this house a second longer, I'll kill everyone inside. Like, I got to get out of this house right now. The only way to do it is go out back and garden, because I know the kids aren't coming out here to mess with it because they hate being outside. They've got video games and everybody else has AC inside. They won't mess with me. And I know one of them at least was like, nah, if I'm out here, they won't come out here. It's like, it's so funny. That's that garage thing.
It very well could be one of the reasons my dad loved it. I mean, he
so
loved spending
funny.
time with us. Don't get me wrong, but
kids are a lot.
Oh yeah,
Kids
and
are
there's
so much.
There's 3 of us within 4 years of each other.
No.
2 boys,
It never
1 girl.
Never didn't smell like a gym sock in your room.
Oh yeah,
God.
and me and my brother played every sport.
Yeah.
So my dad's, I mean, it didn't help that my dad was also a football coach growing up. Cause I mean, he taught, I don't know if you ever knew this.
Yeah.
He's a teacher.
Yeah.
Currently a principal. So he's finally retiring after, I don't know, 32 years, I think.
It's insane.
32 years of public service.
Fucking
Like that.
legend.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's insane.
Teaching high school students and coaching baseball, he coached tennis because they didn't have a tennis coach. I guess I don't remember the exact story, but he coached tennis a year, just to fill in to make sure that the kids could, do their sport that they love.
Right. Then he comes home and y'all are arguing about a Wii remote. He's like, I have to leave.
Well, we didn't, it wasn't until 8th grade years, freshman year, we had video games in the house. We didn't have it like at all. So we went outside and played. We had wiffle ball. Like we had a backyard wiffle ball field and it was excellent. And then when my parents added on to the house, we had a addition that went right through home plate and third base. So we had to move to the next door neighbor's house.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. So we played baseball back there. Lots of good memories of
That's
that.
something I'd like to do, is try wiffle ball pitching. I've seen the videos, dude. I would love to figure out how to do that because I can't.
It's a challenge, but I love it.
I cannot throw a fastball anymore. I did it, I think, 2 or 3 times since we've been together. And like the last time I did it, completely tore my shoulder apart. I pitched it 3 times. And the last time I literally like blew my shoulder apart. I was like, nope. That's why I stopped doing it in the first place. I was like, I can't do that anymore. It's like, I got bad shoulders.
A couple years ago, I played catch with a buddy of mine when I went and saw him up in Illinois. And I was like, I'm just going to see if I can throw the knuckleball again.
Yes.
And I pulled it out without telling him and pulled it out full throw, knuckleball, and that ball knuckled and then dropped like it should have. And I was like, I still got it. And he goes, what was that?
I know for sure there's a couple sports that I'm just monster at, but the one that I had no idea I was good at was dodgeball. I had no idea. I was like, as far as I know, I'm dog at this because you played it as a kid, and I mean like a child, and you remember getting absolutely clobbered in the face with a ball, and you're like, never again, never playing.
I never got clobbered in the face.
Yeah, well,
us baseball players love dodgeball day.
I played baseball all through my freaking childhood. Don't fight me. So
us real baseball players.
Yeah. Got rocked with a ball at like age 4, and I was like, I don't like that. That hurt. Yeah. So when I got older, as a young adult, we went to this like, I don't even know, one of those trampoline fun game houses.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why we were there. I don't know what was going on, but I remember being like, I felt like a Buddhist monk who locked in. I literally was just like, deflect, catch. I caught it and then deflected his shot with his own caught ball at the same time and caught that one and was like, who wants it? Like, it was insane. I was like, I'm ready. Like, it was
I remember this. Where were we?
I have no idea why we were even there.
I remember that.
It's so good.
Was it with the kids?
It might have been, but
I know
God,
we
if
went
I
to
know.
a trampoline place and I like almost broke my toe, but I didn't think you were there for that.
I know T was there. Because that's who, like, he looked over at me and was like, what the hell was that? And I was like, I have no idea. Like, you break out of the vision and you're like,
We were wasted. That's why I kind of
Oh, I probably
remember.
was.
Yeah. No, you
Do
were.
they serve 16-ounce beers at a fun zone? Yeah, I was toast.
I think so.
Duh.
I think so.
Of course.
Yeah, that was fun.
They come up to the table. They're like, sir, we're going to have to take this beer tower. And I'm like, what? And they're like, we don't even sell these. We don't even know where you got this. Like,
I'd love to do a trampoline thing again, but
I brought it from home. You can't.
That's why I just said
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I was like, you got a broken everything
Sir, how did you get this gasoline gas pump,
inside
beer
tap.
tower in this place? We don't sell alcohol here.
I think
we didn't even sell drinks.
I think if I had a shark attack and it took one of my limbs, I would just replace it with a beer tap.
I was like, where was this
totally
going? Where
see
did
that.
this come from?
I think
Totally.
that would be my immediate question to the doctor is like, would you mind
Oh my
putting
God.
a latch in there so I can attach like a canteen in here? Like,
I have it.
that's my first request.
I have it. It's a keg leg.
We both did the same thing and looked at each other like,
That's good. A keg leg.
Keg leg.
yeah.
I prefer a peg leg. You know what I'm saying? No.
You prefer pegged.
Whoa. It's
All right, guys.
PG-13
This has been
podcast.
episode number 4.
Is it number 4?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Episode
keeping
number
track.
4. Yeah.
I was just gonna keep running.
That's
Episode 4. That was quick.
boats.
Oh yeah, we had a theme. We
Yeah.
did pretty good.
We did really well, and then it kind of went off. Okay, I understand, bud.
Keg legs.
How'd we get to pegging?
Keg legs.
What
I don't know, but
Next time.
this episode
my
will be
God.
called "Pegging on a Boat."
We started with me introduction of the new captain, and we ended with peg leg.
Oh my!
Yes.
Yeah.
What a legend!
Yeah,
Love
What a legend! Is that it?
yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
thanks, h8dit. Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back next week. Like, share, leave a field note. We'll see it. What
Links
were
in
you
the
asking
bio.
them?
What?
We're gonna like read out their unhinged
Oh yeah,
comments.
unhinged comments
Yeah,
and
if-
reviews.
If you're gonna leave an unhinged comment, don't half-ass it. Really give it your all.
yeah, 100%.
Make like yourself be on a list afterwards. Like really go for it, and we'll read it on the podcast. We'll see you guys. Thanks. Hated it.